Join me today as we take a look at another INART action figure, Zhu Bajie from Black Myth Wukong. So if you've played the game, you know this guy. Look at him, this little piggy form. But he wasn't always a pig, was he? No, he was just a person like you and I who just had a joy for ladies. He got turned into a piggy. Like you and I. But there's something special about this little figure that comes from INART, who did famously The Dark Knight Rises. This beautiful action figure, that's a box. But the figure looks like this. Best 112 scale Batman and probably figure of the year until, like I said, they make another figure. Well, this is their another figure. I think this is going to be potentially a really good one, but maybe not because he's so little and he's not like a character that people are going crazy for. So why did they pick him? I don't know, but if you don't want 112 scale, that's okay. They make a 1/6 scale version. This is a lot of information I'm dumping at you, okay? Just take it. But this guy and Sam Rockwell have something in common. What does that mean? Well, stick around and I'll show you. To finish, the box looks like that. Okay, let's look at the user manual, which has things in Chinese and in English. So read that, look at pictures, open this thing up, look at all that. One of the most important things that I'm going to tell you right now is that there is a hand to hold the mirror, except you can't. You can't do that. You cannot. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. They're showing you, we're just gonna kind of skip and just jump right into this. They're telling you to take this closed hand and slide sideways, well, specifically this way, and then lock it in. But guess what? You can't, because it's stuck together. So the best thing you can do is this, which is not what the instructions say. Look, throughout this video, I will complain about the hands a lot. And then I kind of found a way to do it right, I think. But in my defense, the way they have the manual set up is open hand goes around the rake, not the closed hand, but you can take the rake apart. I don't know how I missed it in the review part, but I got it in the B-roll C with the video part that I showed you, so I don't know. It's still not great getting his little hands to hold a mirror in any particular way, so, you know, I'm not a total idiot. Anyway, let's get into it. First things first, you get a base. It's a very simple base. As you can see, it's just plastic, clear plastic with a little bit of a design going on. And then get out of the way, Mr. Piggy Boy. Then you get this arm with 2 areas of articulation and screws to keep it nice and tight. And then that's it. You plug your boy in there and you did it. Moving on. Let's take a look at that mirror that you can't hold the way they want you to. I am a little bit bummed that it doesn't have a reflection there, but I guess it is a reflection of the past. But that is also part of what we're gonna explore today, is what is, maybe not his past, but what does his inner self think when he looks into this mirror? What do you see, little piggy boy? Oh, interesting. So this is not the first time we've seen this character on this channel, technically, okay? If for some reason you haven't seen that other video, well, guess what? You'll probably watch it at the end of this one. Moving on, let's look at the details of this mirror. It is absolutely stunning. Love the intricate details, and that is what INART is all about. The sweet, crispy details that make you love this brand from the first time you experienced it, me, with the Batman. The Batman. Then you got this preservation orb, which is actually a pretty fun accessory. So if you're buying, I assume they'll make Wukong, but if you're buying a Wukong figure from some of the other brands that are out there, now you have this preservation orb, and you didn't really have to do any hard hunting to get this. You just had to buy a figure. That was pretty easy. And if you want to buy this figure at some point during this video or after the video, the link obviously is down in the description. And also thank you, INART, for sending this thing to me directly. I'm so sorry about all the tariff things and caused massive delays to get this. Then you have his 9-toothed rake, which again, continuing with the incredible intricate details. I mean, good God, look at the little face. Who would have expected those details on something this small? I wonder, is this using the new 5-axis CNC machinery? Technical terms, folks, because it's like, how else are you gonna do this small and have all of the texture? Doesn't make sense. not to me. And then you get all the details down here. There's a little body holding up this piece. Wow. He's got these open palm, relaxed hands, which will be good for holding that little orb. Look, see, I just showed you. Then he's got little piggy, punchy fists, which are not pickled pig's feet, because they're hands. These are. Ooh, look at those. Oh, it's so creepy. You get a couple of grippy hands to hold really just this rake, but maybe you can get the mirror in there as well. It's fine. It's definitely a wobbly thing. You might want to two-hand it or prop it up as he's holding, like standing, walking with it. And finally, the little grippies that honestly don't work the way they're supposed to work, but still can work well enough, I guess. Irritating. Now let's get into the details of the figure, because this is hopefully where this whole thing shines and is like why you buy the figure, because the accessories aren't that vast. So far I'm not as impressed as I was with the INART Batman accessories and all of the functionality, and they're like 1,000 hand options to make sure they do the specific thing. This time we have hands that are meant to do a specific thing and don't. What happened, INART? So now we got our little piggy boy looking honestly as good as I would expect it to, if not better than what the actual game looks like. This is where INART shines. The realism. I mean, good. Oh my God. Can we get in close enough to look at these eyeballs? I don't know. Why am I asking you? And why do I not know? If I'm the one that's gonna do it, I think I should know. I'm so stupid. Look at how realistic these stinking eyeballs are. There's like red tint in there as if it's like the veins and things. So like I said, this is more realistic than the actual video game. My God, Unreal. It's so real, it's unreal. And I don't think they used Unreal Engine. That's a gamer's joke. But this is a beautiful sculpt and the beautiful paint as expected from this brand. My goodness, it's disgusting. Let's open this mouth up, which, wow, according to the instructions is 30 to 35 degrees. But look at the tongue. The tongue looks like fresh salmon for some yummy sushi. The teeth look like real teeth, which is a little terrifying, like how detailed those things are. Holy smokes. Now, there is a little bit of movement, it seems, in that jaw. Is that supposed to happen? Is that for the additional 5% possible range? You can go from an underbite to an over. Oh, look at that. Oh, right now I talk like this. Instead of talking like this, I think his voice was a little like this. A little bit British, which didn't make that much sense. Anyway, oh my God. Okay, so the necklace piece, the scarf piece, we'll just call them, the dirty robes, like the paintwork and the texture. Like, look at the texture. Ridiculous, okay? Little bone shards in his belt. This is a little bit soft and pliable, so it should help with his little tiny leg articulation, but as stumpy as he is, I don't think we're going to be able to get a lot anyway, even if the range is there, just like for the, you know, it's basic science, folks. Oh, let's look at this. I mean, the instructions did say how much range he had, but I didn't pay attention. Remember when I showed you the instructions and just kind of glossed over? So pretty good, actually, with the head. I do kind of wish that there was ear articulation, but then it would break the sculpt. Whatever. This is gorgeous. Love it so far. Arms go way up. You got some rotation there in the shoulder, but there's no butterfly joint, which is maybe a little bit of a bummer, because you'd like to get these arms in a little bit more than you can get. But, well, that's what it looks like, because it just popped apart. The sleeves, let's see. This piece rotates to help give you better looking poses. Big ball joint for the elbow. Yeah, and like I said, we're not gonna get a ton out of this guy just because of his limited stature. But the arm inside the sleeves does have some range. And then he's got these like extended wrist pegs on little ball joints. You got this giant ball joint for his waist. Uh-oh, whoops, little piggy nips. Who would have guessed you'd get to see that today? The legs have some range, like I said, but because of the kind of pliable plastic stuff, there's certainly some limitations. 90 degrees on the knees, and then you get these little piggy feet. Yeah, we basically maxed out our range here on this little guy. He's definitely gonna need the stand just to be able to get some different poses that aren't basic neutral poses. But for a character that probably nobody else is going to make out there, this is a great offering. And if you need a Wukong, like I said, said, there's a bunch of people making them, official game versions and just character-based ones, which, if you don't know, is basically the story of Goku. Okay, Wukong came first, and then you got Kakarot. Anyway, little piggy boy, extreme details, and as far as the most important thing, what does he have to do with Sam Rockwell? Well, remember that mirror image I showed you earlier? What about this?
Maybe what I really want is to be one of these Asian girls.
If you've seen season 3 of White Lotus, Sam Rockwell's in it. Sorry if this is a spoiler, but it's been out for a while. It doesn't spoil the show, but this moment is pretty wild. Basically, I'm just pretending that this little piggy boy, because we have the anime version, the girl version, he's on the inside, he just believes that he's a little Asian girl. But in this case, a very large Asian girl, because she's 1/9 scale, he's 1/12 scale, and he's got a tiny little stature. But anyway, this guy loves ladies. And you know what? You can't blame him, except for he cursed himself with his love for women. Anyway, that's it. There's not anything else to say about it. Do you like this guy? Do you want this little guy? Look at how tiny little piggy boy he is. Anyway, links down in the description. If you enjoyed this and you want to see, oh gosh, I guess the girl version get reviewed, then click the top link there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.